Welcome to Braves Country Radio. We are excited to bring you a brand new season, your home for the classic call of radio baseball.
I would like to call your attention to the video monitor for a short presentation about our second 2026 inductee, Andrew Jones. Andrew, as chairman of the National Baseball Hall of Fame, it is my honor to welcome you into the Hall of Fame family and to ask Commissioner Manfred to read the inscription on your plaque.
Andrew Rudolph Bernardo Jones, Atlanta, NL, 1996 through 2007, Los Angeles, NL, 2008, Texas, AL, 2009, Chicago, AL, 2010, New York, AL, 2011 through 2012. Elite defensive center fielder, saved runs with his glove while delivering middle-of-the-order power for a Braves team that advanced to the postseason in each year of his first decade in the big leagues. At 19 years old in 1996 debut, Curacao native became youngest player ever to homer in the World Series, hitting a pair in Game 1. From 1998 through 2007, averaged 35 home runs and better than 100 RBI while earning Gold Glove awards all 10 years. One of only 4 players with at least 10 Gold Gloves and 400 home runs, 434 total.
And Andrew, I would like to present you with your Hall of Fame ring.
Wow, this is amazing feeling. First of all, I want to thank baseball writers for voting me in the Hall of Fame. Getting that phone call, the most memorable moment in my time. There's no greater honor to be here in baseball. I want to thank Jane and everyone in the Hall of Fame for being so generous to me and my family. There's no better feeling than being here today at Cooperstown. Also, I want to congratulate my fellow inductees, Carlos Beltran, Jeff Can, and their family. This is a day we're never going to forget. I feel like a rookie today, surrounded by all these amazing Hall of Famers behind me. There are so many guys here that I love to watch play, and I'm happy to be here with them today. I never got to see Willie Mays play, so Ken Griffey was my guy. I wanted to be like him. For me and Carlos and John Griffey, Willie and this other great center fielder in the Hall of Fame is hard to put a word to. There's no easy way to get here from the small island of Curacao, more than 2,000 miles away, but today Cooperstown and Curacao are forever joined together. Being the first Hall of Famer from my island is an incredible moment. That's why they make such a memorable day. I'm overjoyed to share this day with people from my homeland. So many people helped me get here, helped me get the journey of loving this game and make it here to the Major League. I want to send a special thank you to Ronnie Chirino and Ernst Mayer. They not make it here, but I want to send a shout out to them. Thank you for making me love the game. All the players from Curacao own the tip of the cap to Hansel Mullins, the first player to reach Major League for our island. Bam Bam opened the door for many others to chase their dream of being a professional. When I made it to Atlanta, I knew I could aspire to others from Curacao to reach Major League, to watch Ozzy Albies, Jerson Profart, Jonathan Scope, Anderson Simmons, Kenley Jansen, Jair Jurgen, Sedan Rafaela, Ivan Oncoffey, Randall Simon, Jurando de Castro, Sharon Martins, Roger Bernardina, Coco Baranti, and Sheridan Apostle. I'm so proud of you guys. To the people of Curacao, this is truly for you guys. Thank you, Donkey. I want to say something in Papiamento for the fans back home. Un isa tan chiquito como Corsol, con hope y talento, pa un yu Corsol, da un yu Corsol, nací na Corsol, hay chance de llegar grandes ligas y así hazaña como así, el soporte gozando namin, mi año completo, mi orgulloso como Santa Quina Awe, y Corsol siempre está adelante. Thank you. This moment is a bittersweet because my father, Henry Jones, is not here today. Dad passed away 10 years ago. He showed me how to work hard and play for what it takes to become a successful baseball player and a great person. Because he played center field, I wanted to be a center fielder. And he passed down every bit of knowledge to the game to me, like how to read balls off the bat. He hit me fly balls from foul pole to foul pole every time in Curacao, so I can track balls down because the ocean breeze make tracking balls very difficult on the island. He also showed me how to build strong wrists by rolling a sledgehammer. Everything he taught me had a purpose. Henry Jones was a legend in Curacao, a great player in his own right, and I'm not standing here in Cooperstown without his constant coaching. Dad, we did it. I know you looking down on me now and with a big smile, and I love it. I love you very much. To my biggest fan, Carmen Jones, thank you for being an amazing mom and raising me the right way. You taught me how to be humble. You taught me so many things in life. I know you didn't like when I strike out, but it happened. I have to face so many guys that's behind me, and some of them embarrass me a lot. To my big sister, Angie, you always been supportive of me since I was a little kid. Thank you for being there with me throughout my journey, supporting me, just being that big sister. Nicole, you've been with me throughout my career. Thank you for being an amazing mother and understand the life of a baseball player. To all my kids, Drew and Madison, you understand that Dad was not there as much I wanted to be. I'm so proud of you guys. I love you all. A big thank you to all my friends and family that are here today and the ones that's not here. I want to send a shout out to, I say earlier, to Curacao. I want to shout out to some of my family that are from Aruba. I want to send some families that is in Venezuela. Thank you for the support. I couldn't do it without you guys. From the moment I signed as a 16-year-old, Atlanta Braves treated me as a family. I want to thank all Atlanta scouts, Giovanni Vicesa, Bill Clark, Paul Snyder, Carlos Rios, who signed me as an international signed free agent at 1993. I was excited to start my journey, and I couldn't pick a better team. To all my minor league managers, Paul Rongi, Jim Saul, Nelson Normal, Randy Engel, Jeff Cox, Bill Dancy, and all the coaching staff to prepare me to be a Major League Baseball player. Thank you. I also was fortunate to work with great coaches, Gary Pattis and Hall of Famer Willie Stargell. Thank you. Nobody in the Braves organization had a bigger impact on me than manager Bobby Cox. He put a 19-year-old in the World Series in lineup and believed in me. Bobby had confidence in me and helped me become the best player I could have been. He commanded respect, create a winning culture. You play hard, you play to win, and you play always give your honest effort. Simple rules to play the game. For my 12 years with the Braves, he was my only manager. He was like a second father to me. I know he's looking down, laughing, and be so happy for me and my family. Thank you, Bobby. And if I was in a slump, Bobby would send me to Hank Aaron office, and I felt like I was going in to see like somebody that I was in trouble. But Hank never talked with me about baseball. He always talked, how's your family? How's everything? How's your kids? He meant to try to relax your mind and take your mind away from the game because he knew how hard the game was. Hank was one of the greatest ever to play this game and an even better human being. We miss you, Hank. Thank you. It's an honor to join Hall of Famer Chipper Jones, my brother from another mother, Greg Maddox, Tom Glavine, John Smoltz, Fred McGriff, Ichiro Suzuki, CeCe Sebastian, Derek Jeter. I know Mariano's not here today. It was a pleasure to play with you guys. Larry Wayne Jones, some call him Chipper. Chipper pushed for me for my induction for many years. The Jones boys are in Cooperstown now. Thank you. To put the Braves jersey was special. Special thank you to former general manager, team president, Hall of Famer John Schuerholz, executive Terry McGirt, Derek Schiller that took the train here. I'm proud of you. Alex Antopoulos, Mike Bland, and entire front office, especially Brad Jones that make everything happen with, we see all these beautiful people with the 25 hat. To all the coaches, trainer, medical staff, clubhouse attendant, PR, and all of those who work hard behind the scenes in Atlanta, thank you. And a special thank you to my clubhouse kids that I always did the run to KFC for me, Tony and Calvin. Thank you for the runs. And I want to take this time to salute the best fan in the world. It didn't matter if we were in Chicago, New York, or LA, or whenever we win, you guys supported us. It's an honor to have a Braves hat on my plaque. Thank you, Braves country. While most of my career took place in Atlanta, I also played for the Dodgers, Rangers, White Sox, and Yankees. I was lucky to play for manager, Hall of Famer Joe Torre, Ron Washington, Ozzie Guillen, and Joe Girardi. Shout out to all my teammates to pushing me to where I am today. I want to say thank you to the fans in Japan. I played 2 years over there. I won championships in 2013. Thank you for taking me in there and let me run and win a championship over there in Japan. Thank you. Also want to thank my agent, longtime agent, since he believed in me and carried me on through ups and downs. Scott Boras, Mike Fiore, the whole Boras Corporation. Thank you for all you guys did for me and my family. I love this game. Baseball has given me so much and has been a part of my entire life. Throwing the ball with my dad, the ups and downs of my career, and now still working for the Atlanta Braves organization, I won't change it for anything. Hitting home runs are great, but I took a lot of pride in my defense because that was winning games. And the Braves won a lot of games because of pitching and defense. You can go 0 for 4 and still impact the game by taking away singles and extra base hit. I work hard on my routes and the preparation. I wanted to be the best center fielder. I never played this game thinking about going into the Hall of Fame. I was blessed to play for an amazing organization with a winning culture. The game is a lot easier when you focus on the team, not yourself. That's the beauty of the game. But when baseball is your life, there's no way to put in words what it means to finish a career with a Hall of Fame plaque. To everyone who helped me on my journey from Curacao to Cooperstown, thank you and God bless.
Some people will have you believe AI will make us less connected, that it's going to leave us behind. We couldn't disagree. Call us optimists, call us dreamers. Just as we've always done, we're betting on people. We bet on people when we connected you to the ones you lost touch with. And again, when we connected you to the ones who couldn't be me. 22 years and 3.5 billion people later, we're doubling down. Because while technology will change, our intention behind it never will. Call us optimists.
And the rocket time, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce today's teams as participants in this historic game.
Play ball! Good seats, hey, buddy. He missed the tag! He missed the tag! He missed the tag!
Down a beer? 7 o'clock in the morning. Scotch?
Hey, howdy, hi, and how the hell are you? Pull up an armchair, girls and boys. Pour you a cold one. It's time for Braves Country Baseball. You're listening live, and the Atlanta Braves are back at it. We're right here with you. We're set for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play, the classic call of radio baseball. Hi, I'm Mac McGee. It's time to put it all aside for what should be a great game here on the diamond. As we take you out to the old ballpark, kick up your feet, let's take a journey back to the golden age of radio baseball. We'll do our best to paint the picture as the game goes along. Roll call is on the way. It's time to join the country club, join in the fun, and chop along. Get your game face on. We'll go over the lineups as the game moves along. Well, it's about that time. Grab you a cold one. Find you an armchair. Atlanta Braves baseball right here on Braves Country Radio. Your modern-day Superstation, bringing you pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves and our one-of-a-kind production. Take us anywhere you go for over 300 play-by-play games right here on the BCR. Please like and subscribe today. Don't forget to hype the videos. It helps the smaller stations to bring folks in so we can all root this great game on together. Join the country club today, and a special thanks to all the members in the country club. You help support the BCR.
Get this bus moving. Stop. Come back.
Too late.
Roll call! Yeah, roll call!
You're in Braves country.
Good evening, Braves country. Rosemary? I beg your pardon, we didn't promise you a rosemary garden. I think there are plenty more Texans that have played Major League Baseball. We'll look into that. Give me a day to look it up, Rosemary. Texas is one of the bigger baseball states. I'll try to remember to go over that tomorrow night's game for you, Rosemary. Robert Sharpton, look who's waking and baking. He's back, baby. Uncle Charlie, looking forward to talking to you on, was it middle of the second inning tonight? John Dubois. 87 SS. Lachey, welcome in. Mark, Ricky, Ricardo. Does Mark have two separate IDs? Because sometimes I see him as I'm pretty sure the one today I saw him in as a club member, but then tonight he's not. I think last night he wasn't. Is there a fraud? Georgia Skater, good to see you. Grateful in the house. Yes, Rosemary, the lineup did change. We'll go over it in a second. Butters, good to see you. Who else do we have in here that I have not mentioned? We are just about set for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play. James Fisher King, welcome back. Everybody loves Raymond. James Ray. Edward Spry. Timmy. We're just about set. Why is this video behind everything else? Aha. They pulled tomfoolery on me. Give me a second. .3D is just about in motion. As soon as it comes in, we will kick it in. First pitch on the way from the Drake. Drops down for a base hit, and it's a leadoff single for your Atlanta Braves. I do apologize that here we go.
You don't like the Drake?
I love the Drake.
How could you not like the Drake?
Who's the Drake?
The Drake is good.
There we go. All kinds of things going haywire here. Righty-righty matchup now. Ronald Acuna Jr., the batter. The first pitch is inside for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Good to see you, big truck. Keep on rolling. Bobby B, you're the coach for me. I'm assuming Scotty B's in here somewhere. The 0-1 pitch, swing lifted. High, not very deep into right center field underneath it. It's going to be an easy F9, easy out, and one away. Left to right across the outfield for the New York Mets, it's Taylor, Robert, and Carson Benz. Around the horn, third to first, Bichette, Lindor, Simeon, and Wagaman. Torrens is behind the plate once again. Scott is on the bump. So Matt Olson to come to the plate, who hit a home run in the first game. Righty-lefty, first pitch. Blew it right by him. It's 0-1. Christian Scott, we'll get into his repertoire in a second, but he is a strikeout pitcher. The 0-1 pitch. Up and in, swing and a miss. It's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. As Olson will step out of the box for a second. Our magic number is 49, Edward. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Book 'em, Dano. One away, two away. First strikeout of the game. We saw Christian Scott a little while ago, and I mean, this kid can pitch. I know there's going to be Bobos coming in here asking why in the world is this guy so good if he plays for the Mets and all that stuff. This kid is legit. He had an injury that derailed him last year, much like A.J. Smith-Salver. As the first pitch is right there on the outer edge for a strike, it's 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup. There are two down. We've got a runner on. Drake Baldwin standing at first. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss up top. Cooking it. Good cutter up there. That's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Here's got to try to shorten up that swing, get a better Hack on these pitches from Scott, the 0-2. Swing, fouls it back. Still going for the downs, and you're going to come up a little bit short if you try to do that on Scott more times than not. And you can still knock him out even if you do shorten up your swing. It just gives you a chance to cheat to the ball a little quicker. The 0-2 pitch. Pops it back foul, and we'll do it again. The 0-2 count. Swing rolled on the ground over to second. Good scoop over there by Simeon, and he'll flip it over to first, and that'll end the inning. Braves go down quietly. We do get one on, but after that, it's a 1-2-3. We'll be back in a flash. 0-0 here in New York.
Okay, so like this the thing. If I say don't look now, what the hell possesses you to turn your whole body around and make eye contact with that person? What are you doing?
Places that I think are a cover-up for something because it just does not make sense for them to still be in business.
Mattress Firm. Y'all notice how they don't never have nobody in their parking lot?
Have you been drinking?
I may have had a sip or two of a Rob Roy. Why do you ask?
Half a liver, and you're on 9 medications that say do not take with alcohol.
Wow, you weren't kidding. Short leash.
Who the hell are you?
Who are you? His nurse?
No, I am his daughter, so why don't you go shake down the vending machine?
Ooh, excuse me. That's why I like him post-menopause.
I hear that. Were there any spots in the city that you were able to visit that you really liked?
In Portland? Nah, I've been in a hotel the whole time.
I've always said that there's ghosts in Yankee Stadium because it seems like just strange things happen all the time. And for there to be a perfect game on Yogi Berra Day, it just doesn't make a lot of sense. You know what I mean? But I think some things happen for a reason, and that was one of them. But yeah, I'll never forget that day.
He would be at the stadium on an absolute regular basis.
I have fun with Jeter. You know, sometimes he strikes out on that ball up here. And I get on and I said, what are you swinging that ball for? I said, it looks good. And they said, you used to swing at it. I said, yeah, but I hit it, you don't.
Yeah, we used to go back and forth. He used to always tease me because, you know, he won 10 championships. And you know, I told Yogi, really, in this day and age, it's more like 5 because there's more teams and there's expanded playoffs. So, and he looked at me and he said, you can come over to my house and count the rings anytime you want. So that ended the conversation.
Join the country club today and help support your home with a classic called BCRadio Baseball. Chris Sale coming on to the mound for your Atlanta Braves. Left-hander with a 2.19 ERA and 11-6 record. And the first pitch from the conductor is upstairs for a strike to Francisco Lindor, the switch hitter. Knocked 2 out last night. It's 0-1. Left to right across the outfield for your Atlanta Braves is Dubon, Harris, and Yastrzemski. Riley's at third, Jarvis at short as the 0-1 pitch is right there on the inner track. 0-2. Good pitch there by Sale. And he's spotting that 4-seamer. Ozzy's at second, Olson's at first, and Drake behind the plate. For Sale, of course, is on the hill. The 0-2 pitch, swing, rolls it foul. We'll go over the complete Braves lineup in a second, but I do want to get the Mets in. I didn't get a chance to get to the Braves in the first inning. It's Lindor, Bichette, and Robert here in the first. If anybody gets on, they'll be followed by the cleanup hitter, Alvarez. He's the designated hitter tonight. 6 through 9 is Taylor, Simeon, Benj, Wagaman, Torrens. The 0-2 pitch is whistled down the left field line, bending just foul. That was a dangerous one. As far as the Braves are concerned, you saw Drake, and he was followed by Acuna. Acuna's your DH tonight. Olson's at first, and Harris is batting cleanup in center field as the 0-2 misses high 1-2. When we go to the top of the second, the number 5 hitter, Ozzy Albies, will lead us off, followed by Dubon and Yaz. And if anybody gets on, Riley's batting 8th, and Jarvis is batting 9th. The 1-2 pitch. Peppers it foul. Just got the bat around in time. He thought about holding it up. If he would have, it would have been strike 3. That fastball was about to dot the corner. Sale looking in, the pitch. Swing, just got a piece of it. Atlanta Braves come in 6 games in front of the Philadelphia Phillies today. If they win this, they'll go to 6.5. The Phillies are idle tonight. They've already played. They were swept by the Marlins. Braves are trying to not follow suit and get swept by the Mets. This is the final game of the series. 1-2. Down and in. 2-2. Thankfully, this is the last time that we have to come back to Citi Field. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Foul tipped it into the glove, and there's one away. Sale's first strikeout of the day, first out of the night. His over-under in the desert tonight was 7.5. Outs was 17.5. I found that interesting because he's going off an extra day of rest, and the Braves are going to try to get as many outs as they can out of Sale tonight after going through 6 pitchers in the matinee. Lefty-righty matchup, first pitch down and in. Just want to know if you missed that first game, A.J. Smith-Shawver pitched 4 1/3, and he gave up 2 earned, but he pitched pretty well. First outing since coming back from Tommy John, and his fastball was clocking up around 98 all day long. The 1-0 right there, it's 1-1. So 1-1 count. What you'll see from Chris Sale tonight, he's a 4-pitch pitcher, and he leans on 2 more than anything else, the 4-seam and the slider. 1-1. Called for a strike. He's going to challenge this. And I think he's going to win it. Let's see what happens here. And he does. So that'll overturn that pitch. Slider and 4-seamer come in almost dead even at 80% of the time of his usage. The 2-1 down and in, 3-1. And then same with the changeup and sinker. They come in at almost dead even, a total of 20% of the time. So you're talking about 40% slider, 40% 4-seam, and then 10 for the change and 10 for the sinker. The 3-1 pitch. Smacks the black on the inner cut. It's a full count. You see all these guys nowadays with 6 pitches, 7 pitches. We've even seen a few with 8 this year. 3-2, fouls it back. When it's all said and done, and it's all done and said, if you've got 4 really good pitches, and if 2 of them are elite, you don't need a ton. I think it keeps his mechanics basic as well, so he can continue the 3-2. Caught looking, strike 3. He got caught watching the paint dry. Top shelf tequila on the inner corner, 2 down. It may have been a touch in, but Bichette did not challenge it. It's a good frame as well by Drake Baldwin. So 2 up, 2 strikeouts. And that'll bring Luis Robert. First pitch. Slider at the knees, it's 0-1. Though they have a poor record, everybody knows that with the Mets, they do have the second biggest payroll in baseball. The 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss, it's 0-2. They had a ton of injuries, so you're starting to see a Mets team that is starting to get healthy, but by no means are they playing good baseball. Braves just haven't scored any runs the first couple of games of the series against pretty good pitching. The 0-2 down and away, 1-2. I think the biggest thing with Sean Manaea starting to look good because he's He's had several outings here recently where he's looked much better. He could be a big trade chip for the Mets at the deadline. Trade deadline is Monday, 6 p.m. Eastern. 1-2 pitch, outside wide. It is 2-2. What you don't want with the ton of strikeouts with Sales, you don't want to run that pitch count up because, once again, you got a limited bullpen. The 2-2 just misses. Man, I'll tell you what, even on the pitches he's missing with that four-seamer inside to the right-handers, he is spotting it. He's not missing it by much. If he's going to get that no-hitter, he's got to get the pitches down. This is pitch number 22. Swing and a miss, strike three. He strikes out the side to start the game for your Atlanta Braves. We'll be back in a flash here in Braves country. 0-0 is your score. Where do you come from? Where do you hail from?
You're in Braves country.
It's always great to hear where everybody's listening here in Braves country. Good to see everybody in the chat. On win night, it's Chris Sale night. He's our stopper. He'll get it done. We believe in Chris Sale. Coming to the plate here for your Atlanta Braves will be leading off with Ozzie Albies. He had 3 at-bats in the first game with 1 pitch. He does that a lot. That is his new nickname when the Wizards draw. Righty-lefty matchup, first pitch, there you go. Pop-up, shortstop, and 1 pitch Ozzie, F6 in your scorecard, 1 down. He's now 0 for 5 on the day. Good to see you, England. Righty-righty matchup. Duba on the batter. First pitch upstairs. It's 1-0. Nudicles, good to see you. Scotty B. Figured you were hanging around in here somewhere. Nickel the pickle. The 1-0 count. Swing rips it down the first base line towards the right field corner that jets out where Santa Claus is sitting for some reason in the middle of July. It's 1-1. Kid you not, there's a guy down there with the Santa Claus beard. He doesn't have the full garb on. He didn't commit to the bit. It's the 1-1, misses high, 2-1. He's got like a t-shirt on him. I think it's a blue Mets t-shirt. 2-1 count in a pitcher's duel. Christian Scott versus Chris Sale. Doesn't get much better than that. The 2-1 pitch, swing, knocks it back towards the mound, and Scott's there, flashing the leather. Hard one hopper into his glove. Atom ball. 1-3, and there's quickly 2 down. You're just joining us. Chris Sale struck out the side. Christian Scott, on the other hand, he's got one strikeout, but more importantly, he has kept his pitch count down very economical. This will be pitch number 17 of the day. 2 outs here in the second. Yastrzemski takes the first pitch up high. It's 1-0. Righty-lefty matchup. The 1-0. Just grabs the outer edge. 1-1. Braves nothing, Mets nothing. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 95, blew it right by him. 1-2. Christian Scott Paper Company. Basically going through what A.J. Smith-Shawver's going through. He's just about a month in front of him. He's got a 5-pitch mix of a 4-seamer, sweeper, cutter, splitter, and slider. The 1-2 swing and a miss, strike 3. 97 miles an hour on the outer edge. Ain't nobody hitting that. We'll be back in a flash. 0-0 your score here in Braves country.
I motherfucking hate apartments. You know what I'm saying? Because I woke up smelling breakfast, and that ain't even in my damn apartment.
Top notch. Where does that saying come from? Well, it comes from gaming. No one's exactly what game it comes from. It could have been some kind of jumping game or a game where you kept score. And the notch or your peg was put in the top, meaning you was the winner and you're something very good. It's also said it could be associated with jumping games where you're jumping over something and your level of jumping is in the top notch.
It's mad because I brought his stepson some fake Jordans. That's your fake son.
This guy I kind of been talking to asked, like, where I was watching the Super Bowl. I was like, do you want to spend the Super Bowl together? Not a little bit fast. Maybe we should just hang out the following weekend, like the 14th or something. I don't know.
Part of the beauty of it, part of the texture of the sounds of baseball is the differences. You wouldn't want Harry Carey to try to be like Vin Scully or the other way around. They would each be greatly diminished. But the overall sound of baseball through the decades is enhanced not just by their greatness, but by how they were great in different ways. Now back to Red. 1952 World Series. Mickey Mantle still holds the record for World Series home runs with 18. This is the first of them at Ebbets Field in Brooklyn. And here's Red.
Mantle hits a high fly ball. It's deep left center field. It's way out there. It's way out there, and it is in there. I mean it's in there. So Mickey Mantle belts another one. Boy, did he hit it. A rousing reception for him back on the Yankee bench. Well, all records for home runs hit by a single team as well as by both teams in a 6-game series have been shattered.
Hey, Dave, you want to do a little coke? I got some right here. Nah, Johnny. We should just be safe and smoke weed.
Welcome in. Got Uncle Charlie joining us today. How you doing, Charlie?
I'm doing great, man. How about yourself?
Good. First pitch on the way is outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. What do you think about your Atlanta Braves this year, sir? The 1-0, swing and a miss, 1-1.
Man, I'll tell you, I've been following them for a couple years. And this is one of the most impressive seasons I've seen from them.
Worse than last year? The 1-1. Swing chopper back to the mound. Chris Sale's got it. Flips it to first. And there's one away. I mean, we're 6 games up on the Phillies in the division. What do you want? You there?
That's it. I'm happy with them. They've been leading all year.
We got a bad connection. If you could go out and come back in real quick, it might fix it. Lefty-righty matchup. Chris Sale. Right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Tyrone Taylor, the batter. Infield playing back into the left. Braves nothing, Mets nothing. Bottom of the second, the 0-1. Down and in, 1-1. We'll wait for Charlie to come back in. One pitch, swing. Pops it up in the middle of the infield. Who wants it? Calling everybody off is Jim Jarvis, and there's 2 down. Welcome back, Charlie.
Oh, well, it's good to be back, Mac. Is it any better now?
It's still a little choppy. I at least fixed the echo. I forgot that when I have somebody in here that I need to. There's a button that I have to push to kill the echo. Anyways, first the 0-1 pitch is fouled straight back. Anyways, got a few questions for you. Number 1, who is your favorite current Atlanta Brave player?
Current?
The 0-1 right there.
I like about all of them, but I kind of stick with my Riley, I guess.
Man, he's going through it, isn't he?
Yeah,
I don't recall this bad of a slump for this long for any Braves player. Not like a Brave star, right? I mean, I'm not counting Hassan Kim, who's a flyer, right?
Yeah. I think part of Riley's thing is nobody's got a good bat going really, and they can just pitch slop to all of them, and they got to swing at something if they want to try to get a hit.
1-2 pitches, a swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll end the inning. I'm going to stick with you here during the commercial break, and then we'll let you go enjoy the game.
Okay.
So Riley's your current. Who's your all-time favorite everyday player?
Mac, that's a bad one to ask me. I like them all, really. If they wore a Braves uniform, that was my man. But first one I ever met was Hank Aaron back opening day on 66. Got to go on the field and meet the players and stuff. And he ruffled my head and said, "Sonny, you like baseball?" And he's been my man ever since.
Well, you can't go wrong with the great Hank Aaron. Mine growing up as a kid was Murphy, and then it transitioned into Chipper. But, man, I'll tell you what, as far as playing the field, there's no player I've ever enjoyed more than watching Andrew Jones. I'm glad he finally got into the Hall.
Andrew, yeah, I was saying something about that earlier. He was a good one.
I've always been partial to center fielders. Michael Harris is probably my favorite current fielder to watch.
Yeah.
Offensively, I just like what Olsen does day in and day out. He's very consistent. You know, he can get on heaters, but I'll tell you who's starting to overtake him for me is Drake Baldwin. Drake Baldwin is fun to watch.
Yeah, Baldwin and Olsen both are. It's hard to pick on those two, but I know I'll take.
Real quick, your opinion. Who is the greatest pitcher in Braves history not named Greg Maddux? As the first pitch comes off the plate for a ball, it's 1-0, and then we'll let you go. The best Braves pitcher you've seen, but he's not named Greg Maddux.
Give me Gary Lightenberg.
I like it, Gary Lightenberg. Well, Charlie, it was fun chatting with you. Let's get back to the ball game and go Braves, brother.
Yeah, you got it, Mac. Go Braves.
The 1-1's upstairs, called for a strike. It's 1-2. Good talking, Uncle Charlie. 1-2 count. Christian Scott versus Riley, caught looking, strike 3. My God. More backwards K with this guy than anybody I've ever seen in a season. I mean, it's all between the ears right now. Smoltz is my favorite all-time. I won't put Maddox in that conversation because that's everybody's favorite. So it's understood that he's the first pitch swinging by Jim Jarvis is smoked on the ground, smacks it up the middle, backhanded by Lindor. He'll flip it to first. Good hard hit ball by Jarvis, but they had him played perfectly. 2 down. But Smoltz will always be my favorite nowadays, and could clips him if he plays a few more years. It's Chris Sale, but it kind of goes without saying. And we've got a personal reason, a personal connection with why we like Chris Sale as well. Righty lefty, Drake Baldwin the batter. First pitch upstairs. It's 0-1. Yeah, Tim Hudson was good, Spaceman. That was huge when they got that trade from him from Oakland. The 0-1 fouls it away. It's 0-2. And I like Tim Hudson in general. When I see him interviewed, I've always been very impressed by Tim Hudson. He wasn't quite good enough to get in the Hall, but the 0-2, high and inside, 1-2. He's in the Hall of Very Good. Yeah, Denny Nagel. Well, Denny Nagel is the reason why I do that train whistle for Chris Sale. We've got it pre-recorded, so I didn't have to try to do it every time. I'll play it for you as we leave the break this time. But Denny Nagel is the number one reason why I learned that. Hey, Iron Lung's in here. He's in here. Welcome in, Iron. 1-2 count. In the dirt, 2-2.
We accept one of us. Super Cup, Super Cup, Super Cup, one of us. We accept that one of us. We accept that one of us.
On the Mets cast, they're showing up NL East titles in this century. Braves 13, Mets 2. Phillies was 7, Washington with 4, the 2-2. Swing chopper on the ground over to first, underhanded by the first baseman. And Wagaman will flip it to Scott covering the bag, and that'll end the inning. Braves, nothing. Mets, nothing. We'll head to break with that train whistle that I was just talking about. All aboard! Whoa, whoa! Whoa, whoa!
Do not buy no washing machine on Facebook Marketplace. All right? Because tell me why I bought this, and this need quarters.
I am so glad I learned about parallelograms in high school instead of learning how to do my taxes, because it comes in so much handy during parallelogram season. That's why I owed this year. Instead of teaching us some life skills that's going to stick, you done gave us a fake baby to take care of. That didn't teach nobody nothing. That just teach me how to drop them off to my mama.
Why did Americans call British soldiers limeys? Well, they didn't. It was the British Navy they originally started calling limeys. And it's all down to a declaration in 1795 where everyone in the Royal Navy, British Royal Navy, had to have lime juice every day or eat a lime or a lemon or something like that. And that was to stop scurvy, because it was a scourge of people in all sorts of navies in those days. The sailors would be on ships all day and weeks on end or whatever, and they'd end up not having enough vitamin C and catching scurvy, which is a horrible thing to get. So that's where it comes from, the British sailors eating limes.
A man that was so talented and so good at what he did had the ability to make you feel like he was your grandfather. We all lit up when he came to the ballpark.
Yogi Berra.
What I loved about Old Timers Day, it's not so much anymore because a lot of those people are gone. If you look into the stands, people are telling their little kids who these people are. That's baseball. And you can see them, they point. See that guy? And it only happens for the great ones.
When he came back, it was just all was right in the Yankee world again. He would oftentimes be up in our box with Carmen, his beloved wife. What a marriage. Unbelievable that they had. And he was just always very humble, always very kind. He was just class.
A 10-time world champion, Yogi Berra.
She said she wanted to go somewhere where they cook the food in front of you. So I took her right down the subway.
Welcome back. 0-0 your score. Thank you for the contribution there. Carson Benj, the batter. First pitch, four-seamer, called for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Is it the Charlton? Mick Charlton? 0-1's fouled back. 0-2. I'm probably butchering that, but welcome in. I think he's on pace for about 10 if you're looking at about playing a live line right now. His over-under was 7.5, Chris Sale, and through 2 innings, he's already got 4. And you have to look at the big picture as the 0-2 pitch. Oh, just missed number 5 right there. They used six pitchers in that first game. The 1-2's fouled off, and we'll do it again. Benj, Wagaman, and Torrance. So the 7, 8, 9 batters are due up. The 1-2 count, swing. Dribbles it down the left field line, and that's through for a base hit. So the Mets have one on with nobody out to start the bottom of their third inning. First hit of the day for the Metropolitans. Lefty-righty matchup. Wagaman the batter. First pitch right there at the knees. 0-1. Thanks for chipping in, Nickel. The 0-1 pitch. Swing lifted into center field. Coming in, making the running catch is Michael Harris the second. And there's one away. 75% of this great earth is covered by water. The rest by Michael the Hawk Harris. Number 9 hitter Luis Torrens coming to the plate. And a double play could get us out of it. Infield back into the left.
Oh my God, I don't care.
First pitch, right there at the knees. Just missed the zone, I guess. It was right there. Just want to know. Home plate umpire today is Manny Gonzalez. Hanahan is at first, Culpa at second. Down the third base line is Scott Berry. That pitch was called true. And it's 1-1. And our dog's barking in the background. We had a bunch of auto deliveries today. They all have lined up today. The 1-1 count. Inside. Call that a strike. He did. That one looked to touch him. I'll tell you what, when you've been around the plate all night long, you're going to get the benefit of the doubt. And as a batter, you can't challenge every one because you're in fear of losing all of your challenges early. The 1-2. Upstairs, misses high, 2-2. 2-2 count. 1 on, 1 out. And now we got a big thunderstorm rolling behind us. Hopefully that doesn't affect us. If we do lose you, we'll be back as soon as we can. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. The throw comes down to second. The runner will be safe.
I feel the need for speed.
Okay, I'm confused. They're sending the runner back. Are they saying that was calling it a dead ball. They're calling interference on the batter. I don't know if I buy it, but that was the call. Francisco Lindor will take it. Francisco Lindor, the batter. 1 on, 2 out. First pitch off the front, and he loses the bat. I don't know if you can see that on the 3D. He just lost the bat. Braves bat boy retrieves it after tripping over it. Maybe that'll bring him some bad luck. One count. Going to give Lindor a chance to apply a little sticking to his bat. The division is in the books already. Marlins beat the Phillies 8-6 if you're just joining us. Complete the sweep is the 1-1 down and in 2. And the Nationals, they faced the Blue Jays, and the Blue Jays took that series best 2 out of 3. They won 5-2 today. The 2-1 pitch, swing, rips it over short. Tricky hot, but Jim Jarvis stays there and fires it to second. Ozzie with the grab, and that'll end the inning. Man, I'll tell you what, circle that play. That ball normally eats a shortstop up. We'll be back in a flash. 0-0. We go to the 4th inning here in Braves country.
What's for dinner? Hey, Chef, what's for dinner?
My favorite. What's for dinner?
Get in my belly!
Blob, the Blob, Blob Barker, Blob of the Hut, and Rub-a-Dub Chub.
What do you want for dinner?
I don't care.
One large jambalaya, please. Jambalaya?
Biggie can't fit through doorway.
Oh, this is fantastic.
You got my shirt at the Big and Tall shop? When did I make the crossover?
I can't feel my hands. You gonna eat your cornbread? It's the wood that makes it good.
Oh my God, I'm fatter than the skipper.
No and then! No and then! No and then! No and then!
I refuse to play your Chinese food mind games.
You sure you know what you're doing?
Yeah, Chinese food seems kind of complicated. Well, maybe for a less experienced chef.
That ketchup?
It's just a base. You don't understand cooking.
Hey, you know what? I just figured out what I want for dinner. A nice hot bowl of shredded stew.
Gazpacho, por favor. Por favor? I'm part Spanish.
Adios, muchacho.
Maybe you're getting cheese ball syndrome.
I love broccoli. It's good for you.
Then maybe you'd like to have a piece.
Vile weed!
Hurry up and munch those fries. We've got to get back to work soon.
One large crab bisque to go.
You want bread? You're pushing your luck, little man.
You know what? I'm sorry. I've had shredded stew before, and it sure as diddly didn't taste like that.
I'll tell you what, a refill on this delicious exotic tea.
That's duck sauce.
That is good.
We're trying to lose weight.
Fatty McButterpants.
Lay off there, I'm starving.
I'm gonna order us some pizza.
A little neighborhood joint called Domino's.
Domino's?
Everybody enjoying the food so far?
Oh my God, yes.
We're going to come tomorrow night and every other night for the rest of our lives.
Oh, and don't cheap out on the tip. We all know you're loaded now.
What's for dinner?
Welcome back. Ronald Acuna Jr. fouls the first one down the line and out of play. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Swing, pop up. First base side, foul territory, giving chases Young, and he'll make the catch, crashing into the paneling over there up against the screen. I'm sorry, I said Young. That's Wagaman tonight. So used to him playing first for the Mets. So the number 2 hitter comes to the plate of the inning, Matt Olson. Third in the order tonight. They had Drake Baldwin lead it off. First pitch is inside for a ball. It's 1-0. Matt Olson hit a 2-run home run, his 28th of the year in game 1 of this series. The only runs we scored in that game, the 1-0 pop up. And I think that's going to stay in play. Foul territory when pushing it back in. And there's quickly 2 down. Got to get some run support here for Chris Sale. They said that tonight has marked the first time Chris Sale struck out 3 in a perfect first inning since doing so for the Red Sox against the Nats in October of 2021. Righty-lefty matchup, pitch on the way. Slammed down the left field line, but foul. Michael Harris, your batter. It's 0-1. So this is the 91st start since that has happened. That does not shock me at all because Chris Sale tends to struggle actually in the first inning. First and second inning, if you can get him out of that, then he usually settles down. He doesn't always give up runs, but you will have base runners. The 0-1 swing and a miss. It's 0-2. And I've also noticed that batters come out in the early going against Sale, knowing what they're facing and not wanting to get behind in the count and have to deal with that slider fastball guessing game. They come out swinging early and often. If they guess right, they usually get aboard. The 0-2 misses high, 1-2. And even if they don't, you're not going to strike a guy out if he pops up. Ask Alex the Albies. That's his motto. You can't strike me out if I don't see 3 pitches. The 1-2 inside. That ball whistles inside just underneath his elbow. 2-2. This team's going to be all right. I know we get frustrated, but this team's going to be all right. We just got to keep them all healthy and then see what they add at the deadline. It's the 2-2 fouls back. The difference between a World Series champion contender and a team that's going to make the playoffs and is going to need some help along the way is going to be what happens by the trade deadline. The 2-2, swing, smacks it back. And I'm not saying you have to add Tarek Skubal, but the way this team is currently constructed, I don't see a way this team could go into the playoffs with that starting rotation and go deep, because after Chris Sale, you've got a ton of question marks. You know the talent's there for A.J. Smith-Shawver, but he's probably not going to put it all together this year after coming off that injury. The 2-2 misses outside wide, 3-2. Schwellenbach, at best case scenario, comes back at the end of next month or early September. And how sharp is he going to be? Because 3-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. That'll end the inning. Braves go down in order. Once again, we've got 1 hit. Mets have 1 hit. We'll be back in a flash, heading to the bottom of the 4th here in Braves country. On this date, 1908, Rube Waddell fanned 6 of his former teammates when the Browns defeat the A's at Sportsman's Park 5-4. During the offseason, Philadelphia's owner-manager, a frustrated Connie Mack, traded his talented but free-spirit hurler to St. Louis. On this date, 1911, in his first game of a twin bill at Huntington Avenue Baseball Grounds, Boston Red Sox right-hander Joe Wood whiffs 12 Browns en route to a 5-0 no-hitter. Joe, better known with his nickname Smokey Joe Wood, a moniker that was coined because of his blazing fastball. He throws the 5th hitless game in franchise history and the last accomplished in the Boston ballpark. And on this date, 1986, Sparky Anderson, the first manager to win the World Series in each league, also becomes the first to win 600 games in both National and American leagues when the Detroit Tigers beat the Milwaukee Brewers 9-5. The future Hall of Famer finishes with 2,194 wins versus 1,834 losses, a winning percentage of .545. That'll span 26 years with the Reds and Tigers capturing 5 pennants and 3 world championships. And that's your Braves Country Radio on this date in baseball history. Find us on YouTube and Facebook today.
That's all we got. 1 damn hit.
You can't say damn on the air.
Don't worry, nobody's listening anyway.
Nothing, your score. No runs, 1 hit. No errors for both teams. That makes it simple. Braves trying to expand their division lead. With the win here, we would go to 6.5 games. Chris Sale goes back to work. The first pitch on the way. Right there for a strike, it's 0-1. If the Braves lose, they'll go back down to 5.5 games, which is where it was on Monday morning because the Phillies were swept in Miami. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2. 0-2 count. Sale sitting on 5 strikeouts so far. And this will be pitch 51. The 0-2 pitch, swing. Popped up fairly high, fairly deep, but not deep enough. Underneath it is Doobie, Mauricio Dubon, F7, 1 away. Braves head back home tomorrow night. We start a series with the Washington Nationals. 7 o'clock. We'll come on the air, 7:15 first pitch. Lefty-righty matchup. First pitch to Luis Roberts. Swing. Whistles it straight back. It's 0-1. It's 7:15 on Thursday. First pitch is 7:15 on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. It's 1:35 on Sunday. The 0-1. Out and away, 1-0. We do have a doubleheader on Friday. It's the Braves Nationals at 7 p.m. The early game, 2 p.m. Yankees in Wrigley Field to take on the Cubs. 1-1 pitch, swing, hit hard on the ground. Backhanded by JJ. Fires a perfect P across the infield. And it's a 6-3 putout, 2 down. We had those errors earlier this week, but, man, that kid is fun to watch defensively. It's always nice when you get these shortstops and you see the ball come across the infield, and most of the time there's no hopping of the ball. Lefty-righty first pitch from Sale. Out there to Alvarez. Misses for a ball. It's 1-0. Arcia was the same way. He just didn't have near the range that Jim Jarvis has. 1-0 misses inside 2-0. Dansby was pretty good. He was fun to watch. I don't think anybody was better than Andrelton Simmons on the plays that he made, but, man, Rafael Furcal had an absolute pistol. 2-0. They didn't call that a strike, or did they? I'm getting they did call it a strike, okay. One screen was showing 3-0, the other one showing 2-1, but it is a 2-1 pitch. The 2-1 count. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Braves nothing, Mets nothing. Quick moving game as they normally are in the second game of a doubleheader. 2 outs in the fourth. The 2-2 swing. Lifted out there to second base. Catching the line drive is Ozzie Albies, and that'll head us to the 5th inning. So the Mets go down 1-2-3. We'll go to the top of the 5th here in Braves country.
Fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life, son.
The faces from the past. You've walked past them many times. I don't think you've really looked at them. Go on, lean in. If you listen real close, you can hear them whisper their legacy to you. Listen, you hear it? Seize the day, boys.
Hello.
Tonga! The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows.
She did not drink the vodka. Tonga! Because I drank the vodka. Objection!
Please be seated, sir. This is not a courtroom.
Well, I object anyway. Tonga!
October 11th.
October 11th, October 12th, and 13th, and 14th.
Tonga!
I drank all of those days. I drank. I'm drunk now.
Tonga!
I'd rather fight beside you than any army of thousands.
Then take it. It's yours.
Tonight, we are the greatest team in the world. And you were meant to be here. Tonight, this is your time. Their time is done. It's over. Screw them.
Guys tired?
Gonna get all sleep I need when I'm dead.
Forget about the crowds. Their fancy uniforms.
and remember what got you here. Tonga! Focus on the fundamentals. We've gone over time and time again.
You damn dirty son of a...
I wouldn't make it a habit calling me that, son.
I want you to remember that no bastard ever won it by dying. You won it by making the other poor dumb bastard die.
Well, that was pleasant. Nice of him to stop by, don't you think?
Tonga!
And shepherds we shall be, for thee, my lord, for thee. Power hath descended forth from thy hand, swiftly carry out thy command.
And this crowd's back into it now.
We gotta do something.
Absolutely.
You know what we gotta do? Toga party.
We can't afford to have a toga party.
Toga! 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 Toga!
Okay? All right. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let me hear it. Let me hear it. Let me hear it.
Albies standing at the plate, first pitch. Make sure he's feeling okay. Took it for a ball. It's 1-0. 1-0. Kicks and flips. Swing, punches it back foul. 1-1. So 1-1 count. So if you're wondering, like the guys who did not pitch in game one, who will definitely be available for tonight, is the 1-1 just off the plate. He wants to challenge us. This one is really, really close. It was framed for a strike. Just not sure if it hit the zone. And, 5% of that ball hit the zone. Good challenge there by Torrens. Maybe 5%, the very outer edge, 1-2. So guys who did not pitch, and I'm not talking about the starters. 1-2 pitch, swing, chops it off the ground, foul. Eliza Hernandez, who pitched 3 the other night, but he should be ready to roll by this point. Raziel Iglesias would be your closer. Lee would be your setup man. The 1-2. Swing, chops it off the plate. 2-2. And that's it, unless you count Grant Holmes, who in theory you could skip in the rotation. You could skip him for a couple of days, or you could skip him all the way through if you had to come in for a long haul. He was scheduled to pitch tonight, and they bumped him. And in theory, you could have Elder pitch tomorrow on his normal rest. Right now, they have Grant Holmes pitching tomorrow, but you could adjust that. Because if he came in, let's say he came in for 1 inning tonight, you would just bump him back a few nights, and he'd be ready to roll again. The 1-2 pitch. Drags it foul. Braves nothing, Mets nothing. Top of the 5th. I think they should have went in with the idea today, Honest Engine, is to have Grant Holmes piggyback AJ. Is the 1-2 misses high? Did he go around? He did not. 2-2. And the reason why I say that is you could tell he was getting tired when they took him back and they put him out there for that 5th inning. He was missing spots in the zone. They kind of let it get away from them. Mets scored 2 runs. But let's say if you would have put Grant Holmes out there for 4 innings, is the 2-2 swing. And that ball's going to drag through the infield. It's got eyes, and it's through for a base hit. And it's a leadoff single for Ozzie Albies.
I'm the Wiz, I'm the Wiz, I'm the Wiz. I'm the Wiz, and nobody beats me.
Give him 5 or 6 at-bats in a day. He'll eventually work that count. But I guess my point is because I thought they might do it. In fact, I have them in several fantasy leagues, both of them. So I thought I put them both in the lineup just in case they did that. But I was thinking, hey, if you have Shawver go out there for 4, Grant Holmes go out there for 4 or 5 as the pitch on the way is swung on. Slow roller over to second. They will never turn that in time. So it's a 6-4 put out. And Dubon will reach on the fielder's choice. That ball was taking such a long time to get to Lindor. I thought he'd just go to first, but Ozzie got a little bit of a late break over there. That's another one of those situations where I still say the runner's better off running through the bag and causing chaos. Even if they have to go run you down at third base, it's better than being out on the automatic at second. And you can cause all kinds of problems doing that. You're starting to see some teams actually try that. I've been saying it for years, but I've seen a few teams do that in the last couple of months. It's Mike Yastrzemski, the 1-0. P at the knees. Outer edge, 1-1. Braves with 2 hits, Mets with 1. Nothing, your score, top of the 5th. But had they done that, then you would have had the complete bullpen available for you for tonight's game, or had you forced it into extra innings earlier today. The 1-1 in the dirt, 2-1. Because when it's all said and done, you're just spelling innings. So you're just trying to get Grant Holmes and A.J. Smith-Shawver to eat 8 or 9 innings this week. You don't care how they get there. The 2-1 count. Swing, slaps it down the right field line, stayed fair. Ball goes down in the corner. Is it a fair ball? It is foul, just foul. Really hard to see down that line. Is there the shelf jets out there? Now we take another look at it. Yeah, it was fouled by a couple of feet, maybe. Man, if that gets down, the Braves are on the board. So a 2-2 to Yastrzemski. Yaz batting .224 on the year. Six home runs as Scott steps off the bump. It should clear up the audio. I forgot to turn it off. I'm going to have to make some kind of a note when I have guests on that I've got to turn it on and off. The 2-2 fouls it away. We'll do it again. Two pitch, swing, pop up. Out of play. The pitch on the way. Swing, fouls back. Nothing else. He's making him work for sure. That was pitch number 7 of the at-bat on a 2-2 count with 1 out. Time is called. The 2-2, swing, pop up, back behind the plate, giving chase, and that'll bend out of play, and we'll do it again. Christian Scott is at 60 pitches so far, and you're in the top of the 5th, so he's well in front of where he wants to be. In theory, you'd want to be at 60 when this inning began. Now, he is a guy who's coming off a major injury too, so what his pitch count is from night to night, I do not know. The 2-2 swing, pop up, out of play. But if you put a bunch of pitches on him in one inning, they may go grab the hook on him. The 2-2. swing. Raked down the first base line. Just foul. I mean, he raked that thing through the leaves. Take another look at that. Yeah, it just bounced past the first base bag. He's seeing some pitches. He ought to be able to get into one. Christian Scott. Pitch, swing and a miss, strike three. Blew it right by him, 95 miles an hour. Might have been a touch out of the zone, but too close to take. 2 down. He took 11 pitches to get through that at bat. Austin Riley comes to the plate. Righty-righty matchup, first pitch down and in. It's 1-0. Swing. Bangs it back to the backstop. 1-1. Austin Riley batting .213 on the year. Rays have a 3-0 lead over Tampa there in the 7th. Cleveland and Cincinnati are scoreless, the 1-1. Smokes it down the third base line, but it's foul. Looks like that game's in the 4th inning. Kansas City 1-0 lead over Minnesota in the 3rd. Yankees have a 4-0 lead. I believe Cam Schlitt was on the mound for the Yanks tonight. They're in the south side facing the White Sox, the 1-2. Trying to get a chase the cutter out wide. Good take there by Riley. 2-2. Jim Jarvis on deck. Even if he can't, is the 2-2. Swing, punches it back foul. Even if he doesn't get a big hit here, if he works his way on base, you're talking about adding more pitches. And eventually, the Mets, who are out of the playoff race, they got to make business decisions on their future. They're not going to keep sending their youngster out there. Riley can just work the count. Jarvis on deck. Pitch on the way, swing and a miss, strike three, and that'll end the inning. That's the bad news. The good news is Chris Sale is putting up zeros as well. We go to the bottom of the 5th. 0-0 your score here in Braves country.
What was America's first war after the Revolution?
So this is actually shocking to so many people, but the first war that we fought was the Barbary Wars. In fact, we had to fight it twice, in 1801 to 1805, and then again in 1815. The United States had to go to war with Muslims in Northern Africa. Why? Because they were kidnapping men. They were seizing our ships and putting all of our sailors into slavery. The biggest expense that our country paid outside of paying down war debt from the Revolutionary War, 16% of our budget was devoted to paying bribes so that the Muslims would not take our sailors or steal our ships. And so John Adams is writing about his negotiations. He's like, we've done nothing to them. We did no injury to them. The ambassador responded to John Adams, and he writes about this. He answered us that it was founded on the laws of all nations who should not have acknowledged their authority were sinners, and that it was their right and duty to make war upon them wherever they could be found and to make slaves. And so they go to war to put an end to this. That is the Barbary Wars, and the Marines hymn to this day is, it mentions, to the shores of Tripoli.
If you had bet me $1 million, I wouldn't have taken the bet that Grammy would go before Grandpa.
I remember the last time he saw Mom. We were all together, and I can't do it right now.
Mom's final day. Dad was not doing great. He got down to Mom's room and saw Mom in the bed, and he got up out of his wheelchair, and all of a sudden, in his voice from when he was 25 years old, "Hey, Carm, come on, let's get out of here and have a drink." And my mom looked at him and just said, "Okay, Yogi." And she smiled. That was the last smile I saw her have. And she died that night.
Hey, Braves country, we are bringing you pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Please like and subscribe today. Braves Country Baseball. Mr. Chris Sale goes back to work. Lefty-righty matchup. Tyrone Taylor. He's 0 for 1 on the day. It's 0-1, the 0-1. Bending slider, outside wide, 1-1. It's hard nowadays, though, for when we were talking about this earlier, it's hard nowadays for Chris Sale not to be your favorite player because it's the most fun we get every week is when he goes on the mound. The 1-1, inside 2-1. And we see some good outings, don't get me wrong, some of the other pitchers, but the consistency from Sale, it's still mind-numbingly just, I guess it's more flabbergasted, the 2-1 swing and a miss, 2-2, that the Red Sox would trade him. They thought he was all but done. Remember, that first year, they paid his salary. The 2-2. Chops it down the line. We had to pay a very small bit, but they paid the majority of his salary that first year for us to just take him off the hands because they took Vaughn Grissom, who was the up-and-coming infielder for the Braves, who had a decent, I mean, at the time when we lost him, you felt like you'd lost a piece, but it was worth the trade as the 2-2 off the instep. Do it again. I swear, I think after that, a lot of teams started saying to themselves, much like with Tampa Bay and Milwaukee, I'm not trading anything with you because you always take me for a sucker. Yeah, they're saying the same thing to Chris Scott. Mets fans are saying the same thing about Christian Scott. Believe me, Christian Scott's the real deal. The 2-2 count. Swing, fouls it back. We'll do it again. I know he's not a household name, but Christian Scott, he was doing some things before he got the Tommy John. He just came back a handful of starts ago. And that kid Thornton we saw on Monday night, he has been elite. The 2-2 swing. Bangs it foul. I can't come up with that same kind of excuse when it comes to Sean Manaea's start, though Manaea has looked a lot better his last 6 starts. But I would have thought that they would have gotten to him by the 5th inning or so. The 2-2 inside. Full count. The payoff pitch. They set up inside. Caught looking strike 3. He got caught watching the paint dry. 1 away. Adios, muchacho. Sixth strikeout of the day. Marcus Semien, the batter. He's at 69 pitches. This will be 70 he's about to throw. So the way that plays out, you might be able to get him through the 7th. It'll be tricky. First pitch on the way. Swing, whistles it down the right field line. Foul. It's 0-1. Semien batting .212 on the year, 12 home runs. That was another piece that the Mets picked up, and he has not lived up to expectations. The 0-1 pitch upstairs, 1-1. And, of course, with Lindor being injured all year, he just came back, and now Soto's on the IL. I'll still say they way overpaid for Bichette as the 1-1 pitch swing. Hammers it down the line, 1-2. I'm talking about per year. Wasn't a long deal. It was a 3-year deal, but he's getting paid, I believe it was 41 a year, 123 over 3, I believe is what the number was. For a guy whose glove has always been sketchy, and he's a good hitter, but man, 41 a year. The 1-2. Check swing. Did he go around? They said he did. Strike 3. Got him. Send him down, Joe. My fingers are so. Number 7 in the books, and there's 2 down. Sale needs to have that Tom Glavine speech in the dugout in Game 6 of the World Series. He came in. 1 run. That's all I need is 1 run. And David Justice hit the home run in the 6th inning. He famously came in the dugout as the 0-1 right there at the knees. Carson Benj, the batter. He came back in the dugout and very stoically, Glavine sitting there, and David Justice said, "Is the 0-1 right there at the knees? It's 0-2. You happy now?" And they said he just said stoically, "That'll do. That's all I need." And he went out there and won the World Series. The 0-2 count. I think the most unbelievable thing about that entire run in the 90s, the 0-2 swing and a miss, strike 3. Punchy number 8. He's got a snowman on the board. We go to the 6th. Let's get him some runs. Jim Jarvis, the top of the order when we return here in Braves country.
You remember the TV used to be the heaviest thing inside the house? My son was moving his 40-inch TV across the room. And I'm like, man, you just don't know how good you got. You don't know how good the TV in my room ain't never moved. We moved the whole room around the TV. If you can't see the TV from where you at, then you just can't see it because this TV ain't moving. The TV was so heavy, you would buy a new TV and set it on top of the old TV. Ain't nobody moving this TV. You remember you used to have to take more than one person to move a TV? A TV? In the back of this car? Hell no. I moved 4 TVs at the same time the other day. Never. In 1992, if you would have told me I'd be able to move 4 TVs, I would have told you get the hell out of my face.
In 1954, Red Barber has left the Dodgers and gone to the Bronx, and he's in the same booth as Mel Allen. But Mel is 1 and Red is 1A, so it's Mel who works the World Series. Young Vin Scully has now succeeded Barber as the voice of the Dodgers. So as we go to Game 5 of the 56 World Series, the Don Larson perfect game, it's Mel Allen calling the first half of that game on television. Vin Scully would finish it up. And here's a series of plays that happen in quick succession.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Last of the 4th, no score. There's one that stays there. It is going down. Achieves his 3rd home run of the series. His 8th in World Series play. 2 behind Snyder and Gehrig, and 7 behind Babe Ruth. Each pitcher had retired every man he had faced until just now. The drive to left center. The Duke on the run. He dives. He got it. How about that? Well, you just saw 2 of the greatest center fielders in baseball, one belting it for a homer, and the other making one of the most sensational catches you'd ever want to see. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. There's a drive to left center. Mantle digging hard. Still going. Still going. Great catch. How about that? Today you are watching World Series play. Duke Snyder in the last half of the 4th, coming up with a spectacular catch. And Mickey Mantle coming up with another one.
Welcome back. Jim Jarvis, the batter. The first pitch is for a strike. It's 0-1. Nothing your score. Top of the 6th, the 0-1. Smacks it foul, 0-2. Very fast-moving game here. I mean, we're only about an hour and 20 minutes into this game almost. And we're already in the 6th inning. Is the 1-2 in the dirt? You've seen that a ton, though. These teams, they hit that second part of the doubleheader. They just start swinging to get out of the game. The 1-2 pitch swing. Rips it into right field. That ball's got eyes. It's into the corner. Jim Jarvis turning first. He's heading to second. And it is a leadoff double for your Atlanta Braves.
You know, JJ, I tell you, man, you got too much class.
What can I say? This is it. 100% pure butter. I think you better slow down. Just slow down now. I can't. My motor is running. I can't stop. Happy, bright, pure dynamite.
So Kid Dynamite is at second base. There's nobody out. Drake Baldwin rocking and rolling. First pitch on the way, high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. 1-0. Swing and a miss. That was a filthy sweeper. 1-1. Most guys' sweepers look like a curve. His really looks like a slider. The 1-1 pitch, swing, dribbles towards the hole. Lindor will backhand it, but nowhere to go, and it's an infield single by the Drake.
You don't like the Drake?
I love the Drake.
How could you not like the Drake?
Who's the Drake?
The Drake is good.
Runners at the corners, nobody out. What do you know? What do you say? The Braves are 90 feet away. Just kind of cued it down the line like putting a little English on a cue ball at your local billiards. Ronald Acuna Jr., the batter, first pitch inside, busts him back with the four-seamer. It's 1-0. Christian Scott is at 77. This will be pitch number 78 incoming. On deck is Olsen. The 1-0 pitch. Right here for a strike, 1-1. Fly ball would give us the lead of any kind of real depth with the speed that Jim Jarvis has. 1-0. Check swing inside, 1-1. Now Acuna's got to shorten up that swing. You just want to get the ball into the outfield one way or the other. 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. And there's one away. So disappointing at bat by Acuna. And Matt Olson, the batter. Runners at the corners, one out, and Matt Olson. Big thing here, stay out of the double play. Set up on the outside, righty-lefty, first pitch. Outside wide, it's 1-0. They're going to try to get him to pop up. So expect them to be peppering that outside part of the plate quite a bit with the hard stuff. 1-0. Swing and a miss. Sinker upstairs. Outer edge. 1-1. 1-1 count. Michael Harris stands on deck. Ozzie Albies in the hole. Dubon if they kept the line moving. 1-1. Top corner, 1-2. They're taking way too many pitches that are in the zone that they could have easily gotten to the outfield at this point. You got a couple of right-handers warming up in the bullpen for the Mets, and that's the other key to this game. They used all their big guns in the first game. The 1-2, swing, smoked up the hole, and that ball's going to get underneath the glove of Francisco Lindor, and Matt Olson has an RBI single. We'll take it, baby. We will take it.
This is not watered down. This is Ice House. Ice House. Smooth as it gets.
So runners are on the corners as the Drake made it through. Man, if Lindor was slapping the ground because he felt like he should have got to that ball. It just got under his glove. First pitch swinging by Michael Harris is belted deep down the right field line. Stay fair, stay fair. Just foul. It's 0-1. If he could have kept that sucker straight, it took the wrong turn at Albuquerque, say about 2 to 3 feet in front of the foul pole. 0-1. High and out of the zone, 1-1. And remember, this is the third time through the order they're seeing Scott. And coming back from the Tommy John surgery, he's pretty high mark. This will be pitch number 87. 1-1, down and away to him. I'm a little surprised they didn't have a left-hander ready to roll, or just a reliever ready to roll if it had got to this point in the game. Because once again, wins don't mean much to the Mets right now. They're looking at developing players. And he's had a good outing, but they've kept him out there just a little too long. The 2-1 pitch, swing, pop up. Can of corn, and that's going to be bad news. F5, foul territory, and there's 2 down. So 2 down, it's going to be up to Ozzie Albies. He's 1 for 2 on the day with a single. We could take another one of those here. Olsen at first, Baldwin at third. First pitch upstairs. Misses high for a ball, 1-0. They are challenging this. See how this comes in. It's close. Man, another one. 5% of that ball? Maybe? Gotta give Luis Torrens his props, man. He's, barely hitting the zone. And we get the advantage of seeing the box on the screen. He doesn't have that, the 0-1. Down and in, 1-1. Both teams have both challenges left, but the Mets have used theirs quite a bit tonight. Successful on every try. The 1-1. Upstairs, misses high, 2-1. I believe that was the fourth successful try. 3 behind the plate and 1 at the plate with the sticks. The 2-1 to Ozzie. 3-1 high and out of the zone. Braves lead it, but just 1-0. We're in the top of the 6th. Chris Sale is at 76 pitches, so he should come out for another inning. But you'd like to get just a little more on the board. On deck is Dubon. The 3-1 pitch. High and out of the zone, ball 4. So he'll head on down to first. You'd think you'll at least get a mound visit here. We got bad thunder rumbling in the background. Here we come for a mound visit. Is this it? I remember the Mets manager doesn't dress appropriately. He just wears a t-shirt, as does his pitching coach. I think this, let's see. This is the pitching coach, Justin Willard. Him and Andy Green, it's hard to tell them apart when they're not wearing jerseys. Mets are wearing those black. These were their City Connects before City Connects ever existed. These are their black throwback jerseys. They go all the way back about 20 years. Black jerseys with the blue Mets and orange outline. Same with the numbers on the back and the name. And the blue interlocking and white. This is probably one of their, I think this is their best alternate jersey that they've ever had. Their City Connect currently is terrible. Gray and supposed to have the Brooklyn Bridge on the hat. I don't know. It's just a disaster. Mauricio Dubon, the batter, righty-righty matchup. First pitch right down the pipe, called for a strike. It's 0-1. Dubon is 0 for 2 on the day. And he's had a knack for getting the big hit with the runners in scoring position. The 0-1. Outside wide 1-1. A walk would equal a run. These ducks are all over the pond. The 1-1 pitch outside wide, 2-1. 2-1 count. You know what's interesting with Dubon? We always mention and drive you nuts how his foot comes out of the box early in the at-bats. He doesn't do that when the game's on the line. He stays in there. The 2-1 pitch, outside wide, 3-1. I wonder if anyone's ever noticed that and told him, hey, you know why you hit so well with runners in scoring position? Because you stay locked and loaded the whole time. A 3-1 count. Scott at the end of his rope, the pitch, swing lifted. Out to center, and that's going to end the inning. F8 in your scorecard. So close to breaking this puppy open, but your Atlanta Braves do put a run on the board. We go to the bottom of the 6th, leading by 1 in Braves country.
How do y'all get addicted to gambling? I lose $10, my chest start getting hot.
Mum's the word. Where does that saying come from? For a start, it's nothing to do with your mum. It comes from an old-fashioned 15th century word. A mum represented, the word mum represented the closing, the tightness of your lips, basically meaning don't say any word. So is the word. So that originally the saying was m's the word, but over time it derived and changed into mum's the word.
Why didn't you tell in Europe and Asia, like Japan, about the war? We are very confused about we Japanese citizens.
Well, one thing you don't want to signal. When we go in, we went in very hard, and we didn't tell anybody about it because we wanted, who knows better about surprise than Japan, okay? Why didn't you tell me about Pearl Harbor?
I know there was a big chunk of Yogi that when Carmen passed, that part of him died at that time.
I said, Dad, you're going to go see Mom. You're not going to be in pain anymore. You're going to see all your buddies up there. He goes, you want to get rid of me? Why don't you go up there and see her if you want? if you're that bad, huh? That was literally one of the last things he said to me.
His mind wasn't as clear as it could have been. To see your parents fade away is tough. I keep seeing them as younger people, and when they fade away, it's hard to get into your system. It's tough to do.
In every respect, the proof is in the final results. The statistics are there. The achievements are there. His standing with his peers and with the public, and his personal life, a long, loving marriage, the depth of the friendships, his children and grandchildren. This is what you hope for. From day one, this is something like what you hope in one way or another your own life will turn out like. That's success.
Welcome back. Chris Sale goes back to work, clinging to a 1-run lead. First pitch. It's a four-seamer high and out of the zone. Wagaman the batter. It's 1-0. Got the 8-9 hitters. And the leadoff man due up in this inning, Wagaman, Torrens, and Lindor. The 2-0 from Sale. Pitch number 79, swing and a miss. 2-1. Mets have taken the first two games of this series and the first game of this doubleheader. The 2-1 swing and a miss. Woo-wee! Upstairs, 2-2. You're saying that was 93. I'm not buying that. Sometimes those radar guns be lying. The 2-2. Lifted. Out to center field, and it's a soft base hit. A soft single for the Mets. 1 on, nobody out to start the bottom of the 6th. Lefty-righty matchup. Torrens, the number 9 hitter, first pitch swinging, pops it up. And if you can have a can of corn in the outfield, that's it, as Harris is underneath it. That took a long time to come down. Went away, very shallow center field. Lefty-righty matchup, first pitch. Francisco Lindor, the batter, dangerous stick here. It's outside wide, it's 1-0. 1-0. Smacks the inside, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch, swing, fouls it back, 1-2. One-two pitch, high and out of the zone. Four-seamer, that one clocked at 99 miles an hour. That's why I was saying I didn't buy that 93 earlier for a four-seamer. The 2-2 pitch, check swing, looked like he went around, did he? They said he didn't. Man, that's a bum call. He definitely looked like he offered it that. But he does not get the count. So now it's a full count. Sale at 88 pitches, so he should still have a little left in the tank. The payoff pitch. Swing, pop up, stay in play. It will. Right field side, F9 on your scorecard, and there's 2 down. 2 big outs. And that'll bring Bo Bichette to the plate, so we're not out of the woods yet. First pitch on the way. Down and in, it's 1-0. Inside, 2-0. Two-0 count. Turns and kicks. Misses his spot, and it is 3-0. Standing on deck is Luis Robert Jr. Sale sitting at 91 pitches. What you'd love to do is get through this inning, and then you could turn. This is the 3-0 pitch. Right down the pipe for a strike, 3-1. It would have worked out much better if somehow he could have gone 7. That doesn't seem possible at this point. Because then you're just talking about going Lee to Iglesias. The 3-1. Swing, rifles it down the line, foul. Do it again. And if you decide to push him back a day or so, you could have Grant Holmes go out there for the 7th inning and then Lee 8th, Iglesias 9th. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Number 9 for Chris Sale. We'll be back in a flash. Top of the 7th we go. 1-0 good guys here in New York City.
I pressed 1 for English. Not ding-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding energy. English!
Irish people were the first slaves in America, and almost no one talks about it. Before race-based slavery was fully defined, thousands of Irish were forced into indentured servitude. They were sold through contracts, worked without pay for years, punished violently for escape, and treated as disposable labor. Many were prisoners. Many were taken by force. Many never lived long enough to see freedom, a foundation of American labor built on suffering. Irish servitude helped normalize the idea that human beings could be owned through paperwork, and it taught the colonies how to justify bondage. That history didn't disappear. It hardened Irish communities. It shaped distrust of authority. It taught survival through unity.
No. It's not that I like to argue. The fact is, you said stupid and you expected me to be quiet.
3 runners ready to lead away. It's a high pop-up. Who's going to get it? Here comes Billy Martin digging hard, and he makes the catch at the last second. How about that?
Game 7 of the 1952 World Series at Ebbets Field. Mel Allen at the mic. Looked like a routine pop-up off the bat of Jackie Robinson. Turned out to be anything but routine. Top of all that, as the voice of the Yankees, he was on the World Series almost every year because they were in it almost every year for a generation or more. But he was also the voice of the Rose Bowl on New Year's Day, and his voice was heard on newsreels. Newsreels were a big deal then. People would go to the movies, let's say in 1960, to see Spartacus. It'd be preceded by a newsreel, and Mel Allen very often was the voice of that, telling you about Ingemar Johansson versus Floyd Patterson. He was probably the most famous announcer nationally of his day.
There was one period he did 15 out of 18 World Series.
Thank you for hyping and subscribing to BCR, your home for radio baseball. One to nothing your score. We go to the top of the 7th inning, and A.J. Minter is coming on for the Metropolitans. Left-hander set to face Eli White, who's pinch hitting for Yastrzemski as the first pitch is upstairs. For a strike, it's 0-1. Austin Riley on deck. Jim Jarvis is in the hole. The 0-1. Swing, fouls it away. 1-2. Thought they might, but they did not make a move between games 1 and 2. So the roster that the Braves came in with today is the roster that they still have. The 0-2 pitch, down and in, 1-2. They added A.J. Smith-Shawver for the matinee, but that was the only move made today. 1-2 count. Brings it. Swing, fouls it straight back. We'll do it again. Diddy is warming up in the pen. That's interesting. He already pitched. Now he pitched very limited today. Is the 1-2 pitch. Swing lifted. High. Fairly deep, but not deep enough into center. It's going to be an F8 in your scorecard and 1 away. That's interesting. You never see that anymore. And I'm very shocked they're doing it with their youngster. I thought it was very possible they would do it with a throwaway. They didn't care if they got injured, but Diddy's obviously someone that they're very locked into. Austin Riley, the batter, lefty-righty. First pitch outside wide, it's 1-0. Diddy Fuentes, used sparingly. He threw 10 pitches in the day game, 2/3 of an inning. If you go with that logic, is the 1-0 misses high 2-0. In theory, you could do that with Medeiros, but if you can build yourself into the 8th inning with Lee and Iglesias available, you wouldn't have to go that route, the 2-0. Corkscrews it foul, 2-1. Chris Sale is at 94 pitches. In theory, you could bring him back out and see if he could get through one, maybe two batters, depending on how quickly the inning goes. But the last thing you want to do is get him hurt. The 2-1 pitch misses inside, 3-1. Yes. Well, they all do. Iron Lung, the 3-1. And that ball hits Riley. Would have been a ball regardless. Appears to be okay. And he'll head on down to first. And Austin Riley, hey, if you're not hitting, you just stick your old chicken wing out there and get it hit.
You're my boy!
Hit his right arm.
Blue, you're my boy!
Above the elbow. It looked like it got him in the forearm. So fairly decent place to get hit. Nah, Sale's done. They're giving him hugs, and he's standing. If he was sitting, I'd say there's a chance. Lefty-lefty matchup. Jim Jarvis, the batter. First pitch, runner goes. Throw goes down to second base, and he is safe as Lindor cannot corral the ball. And how about that? Austin Riley catching him napping and steals second base.
I feel me.
Trying to create some offense. Good job, Austin Riley. He was going to beat the throw anyways. I thought it was closer than what it was, but showing the replay, his hand hits that bag, and then the gloveless or the ballless glove touches him. So you got a 1-1 count to clean this up with Jim Jarvis, runner at second. One out, the infield's back into the left. If he can slice it to the left side, there's Bichette by his lonesome. The 1-1 swing, pop up, out of play over the third base dugout of your Atlanta Braves. Drake Baldwin standing on deck. Ronald Acuna Jr. is in the hole, but there is one out. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Rifled the cutter off the edge, and there's two down. This is a guy you could end up seeing the Braves trying to bring back. Remember, he's at the tail end of his 2-year deal. Mets are out of the race, and he was very popular in the Braves clubhouse. As long as they didn't rake him over the coals, I could see the Braves going out and getting Mentor. But interdivision trades are always tricky. First pitch out and away. Drake Baldwin, it's 1-0. Mentor came back a little over a month ago. He's got a 2.38 ERA. 1-0. Upstairs. Called for a strike, 1-1. That would be a great 1-2 punch to have on the left side. Once again, if you could bring back Mentor and Dylan Lee. And Suarez should be back in August, along with Iglesias from the right side. The 1-1 pitch down the way, 2-1. I do think Atlanta's going to add at least one bullpen piece. They would prefer a southpaw. Drake Baldwin's had 7 multi-hit games since the All-Star break. He's 2 for 3 tonight. The 2-1 pitch, outside wide, and it is 3-1. On deck is Acuna. Olsen is in the hole. I mean, if we can get the deal done, just tell Mentor to get on the plane tonight and come on home. The 3-1 pitch, swing and a miss. And it's a full count. Rays have finished off the Rangers 3-0 is the final there. Baker got the save. And AJ spins around to chase Riley back. They are still good friends. Runner at second, 2 out, so he'll be running at the crack of the bat. The payoff pitch. Swing. Lifts it back, foul. 1 run, 5 hits, no errors for Atlanta. No runs, 2 hits, no errors for the Mets. Payoff pitch. AJ comes set. Check swing. Oh, come on. They rang him up. That was a terrible call. Ron Culpa doing Ron Culpa things. Excuse me, that's not Ron Culpa. That's Scott Berry. And there's some arguing going on. We'll be back in a flash. 7th inning stretch. Weiss is coming out to interfere to make sure his catcher doesn't get kicked out.
All right, I can't see you. Let me hear you. A 1, a 2, a 3. We out to the ball game. We out to the top. Find me some peanuts, Cracker Jack.
Scott Berry's a punk. He was trying to bait Drake Baldwin into an argument after he blew the call. Righty-righty matchup. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Diddy Fuentes is bringing it. First pitch, 4-seam fastball, 98 miles an hour. It's 0-1. He's trying to spell the 7th, which would bring Lee for the 8th and Iglesias for the 9th. Braves clinging to the 1-run lead. The 1 pitch, swing. Got a piece of it, fouls it back. It's 0-2. It's Luis Robert Jr., who came over from the White Sox. He's another pickup that had battled an injury, but that's kind of been his entire career. When they made that trade for him, they were jumping up and down, and I kept thinking to myself, the guy has just been injury-prone his whole career. What are you going to get out of him? He's hit 4 home runs, 10 RBI. Is the 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 300 mile an hour. Bringing it. 1 away. In a perfect world, that's the last time we see him tonight. We can get him to go down in order. 1 up, 1 down for Francisco Alvarez, the batter. But they showed the replay, the side view on the Mets cast. He did not go around. And it wasn't particularly close, to be honest with you. First pitch on the way. Right there for a strike, it's 0-1. The 0-1. Showing some blips. Is the 0-1 outside wide 1-1. And the internet connection with the storm going on. So if we do lose you, I think most of the storm is past. I don't think we have an issue, but 1-1 count. Swing and a miss, 1-2. The 1-2. Pops it back foul. Do it again. Warming up in the pen is Cielo Perez for the Mets. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Filthy bender, slider, 86 miles an hour when you're dealing with 99 heat. 2 down. Two down, bottom of the 7th. Hell, let's just hope my voice makes it through. First pitch on the way is down and away for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0 pitch just misses the kneecaps. 2-0. Tyrone Taylor 0 for 2 on the day. A .241 batting average. He has popped up and struck out. The 2-0 misses high, 3-0. Just wonder how much gas Diddy has in him. I mean, this is obviously foreign territory for Diddy. Pitching twice in one day is the 3-0 right down the pipe on the outer edge, 3-1. The 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, full count. Yeah, I get a bunch of vodka in me, Iron. You're not going to want to hear what I have to say. Like, would you stay on point? There'll be nothing about baseball. The payoff pitch, caught luck and strike there on the outer edge. That would end the inning, but he is challenging it. The ball looked like it was off the plate. And it is. So the Mets once again are successful on their challenge. And it stinks because you would have liked to have seen Fuentes get through that 1-2-3, considering this is the second time pitching today. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch swinging, fouls it straight back. It's 0-1. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, your problem is the government. Pass the tequila. The 0-1 count. Swing and a miss, 0-2. We had that pop-up rain out last night. I was writing some sternly worded letters to the government last night in the pool. This time I didn't fall in. I was smart, and I put a cooler of backpack next to me. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and that'll end the inning. We go to the 8th, clinging to a 1-run lead here in Braves country.
106 miles from Chicago. We've got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
It's happy hour.
When wins become losses
and losses become wins.
You guys going to happy hour? I'll come for a couple. Just a couple, though. Not like last time.
I need a drink.
When buying a beer, buying only one beer can cause a misalignment in your spine due to the uneven weight distribution. This can cause unnecessary back pain and potential spine issues. To prevent this, carry 2 beers, ensuring your body is balanced and proper health maintained.
Afternoon, everybody.
Put my pants on, one leg at a time.
Does Barry Manilow know that you raid his wardrobe?
Guess what? I got a fever, and the only prescription.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the Intercontinental Radio News.
You're in Braves country.
Everybody drink a beer.
Salute. They're making it live. where you can't drink when you want to.
This stinks!
Pretty soon we're gonna be calling this country.
This is total BS!
Oh, yeah? For me and the Lord, you gotta understand it. We're on a mission from God.
I'm on the radio every day!
If you want to stop me, you're gonna have to kill me!
And you, music lover, you're next.
You're so drunk you can't hit nothing. In fact, you're probably seeing double.
I have 2 guns, one for each of you.
Top of the 8th we go. Braves looking for some insurance. Diddy. Man. Great job by Diddy Fuentes. He's getting high fives and smiles in the dugout. They know how rare that is nowadays for a guy to go twice in one day. First pitch on the way, swing and a miss. Four-seamer over the top. It's 1-0. Ronald Acuna Jr. leading us off here in the top of the 8th. Perez, the left-hander, on the bump. The 0-1 swing and a miss. Chase another one down and in. It's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Pitch on the way upstairs. Misses high, 1-2. Good to see you, Zone Golden. 1-2 count. On deck is Olsen, in the hole is Harris. The pitch, swing lifted, out to right center field and making a diving grab. Nice diving grab out there. Holy cow. The right fielder, Carson Benj. Da-na-na-na-na-na. I mean, that was a nice play. I thought it was going to fall. I mean, it kept diving. I don't even know how he caught it. His body went to the left, the glove went to the right, and he made the grab. They've shown the replay a few times. Ooh, I don't know. That ball might have hit the ground. Braves probably should have challenged that. Lefty-lefty matchup, first pitch. Right there is a strike. It's only 1. Because if nothing else, yeah, I'll tell you what, I think he trapped it. But if nothing else, you don't use these challenges much anymore. You might as well burn them. The 0-1 down and away. Went around. 0-2. It's very rare that you use a replay challenge. Which is so strange because before the ABS system, we used them all the time. I'd love to see the numbers on that, but how is that tightened up just because you added the ABS challenge? It's strange. The 0-2, down and away, 1-2. It's why I say that they need to change it to 3 total challenges, 8, ABS replay combined for the first 8 innings. And you can use them however you want. On deck is Harris, the 1-2. Outside wide, 2-2. Ozzie Albies is on deck. Is in the hole. Harris is on deck. If they kept the line moving, it would be Dubon. And then even Eli, who has stayed in and playing right field, the 2-2. Down and away, and it's a full count. So from 0-2, he's taking it to 3-2 and trying to get himself aboard. Four of the 5 pitches have been outside 3-2. Swing, fouls it away. Good job to stay alive there on the four-seamer. Another pitch on the outside part of the plate or off it. Dylan Lee is warming up as we suspected, which would set up Iglesias if he can get through the eighth. The payoff pitch, swing. Smacks back the slurve. It's a full count. He goes back and forth with that four-seam and slurve. Primarily a two-pitch pitcher. He does have a change, he just rarely throws it. The payoff pitch, they set up wide. Swing, fouls it away. Payoff pitch. Perez caught looking, strike three at the knees, and there's two down. Not sure why he didn't pull the trigger there. Ball was definitely in the zone. You have such a split second decision to decide if that's a pitch you're going to swing at or not. All kinds of things can go through the head. Michael Harris will come to the plate. He's looking for his first hit. 0 for 3. Lefty, lefty, first pitch off the plate. It's 1-0. Drop the slurve in there, about belt high, 1-1. Harris went 0 for 3 in the day game. 1-1 pitch, swing, chopper over to third, and then he'll go 0 for 7 on the doubleheader. We'll go to the bottom of the eighth, clinging to the 1-0 lead here in Braves country.
How do y'all get addicted to gambling? I lose $10, my chest start getting hot.
Mum's the word. Where does that saying come from? For a start, it's nothing to do with your mum. It comes from an old-fashioned 15th century word. A mum represented, the word mum represented the closing, the tightness of your lips. Basically meaning don't say any word. So is the word. So that originally the saying was m's the word. But over time it derived and changed into mum's the word.
Why didn't you tell in Europe and Asia, like Japan, about the war? We are very confused about we Japanese citizens.
Well, one thing you don't want to signal. When we go in, we went in very hard, and we didn't tell anybody about it because we wanted, who knows better about surprise than Japan, okay? Why didn't you tell me about Pearl Harbor?
I know there was a big chunk of Yogi that when Carmen passed, that part of him died at that time.
I said, Dad, you're going to go see Mom. You're not going to be in pain anymore. You're going to see all your buddies up there. He goes, you want to get rid of me? Why don't you go up there and see her if you want, if you're that bad, huh? That was literally one of the last things he said to me.
His mind wasn't as clear as it could have been. To see your parents fade away is tough. I keep seeing them as younger people, and when they fade away, it's hard to get into your system. It's tough to do.
In every respect, the proof is in the final results. The statistics are there. The achievements are there. His standing with his peers and with the public and his personal life. A long, loving marriage. The depth of the friendships. His children and grandchildren. This is what you hope for. From day one, this is something like what you hope in one way or another your own life will turn out like. That's success.
Dylan Lee, the batter. First pitch swing and belted high and deep into center field. Going back on the track at the wall. Making the catch is Harris for a loud out number 1. Simmer down now. We don't need all that. Let's get some 5 more quiet outs and let's get out of this dump. Eric Wagaman coming to the plate. First pitch on the way, swing and a miss. Over the top, it's 0-1. The 0-1. Down and away. 1-1. 1-1 count. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Dylan Lee on the 1-2 pitch. Down and in, 2-2. The 2-2. Smacks it out in front of the plate. Drake on it quickly, flips it to Olsen. And the Braves are 4 outs away from winning this one. It's 1-0, bottom of the 8th. 1 run, 5 hits, no errors for Atlanta. No runs, 2 hits, no errors for the Mets. First pitch, swing and a miss. Torrens, the number 9 hitter, it's 0-1. The 0-1 pitch, swing, hit on the ground. Jim Jarvis has it, fires it to first, and the Mets go down 1-2-3. We go to the top of the 9th. 1-0 good, guys. Ozzie Albies will lead us off.
Forget about the crowds, their fancy uniforms, and remember what got you here. Focus on the fundamentals. We've gone over time and time again. And most important, don't get caught up thinking about winning or losing this game. If you put your effort and concentration into playing to your potential, to be the best that you can be, I don't care what the scoreboard says at the end of the game, in my book, we're gonna be winners. Okay? Let's go! Let's go! Let me hear it!
One game. Tonight, we stay with them, and we shut them down. Because we can. Tonight, we are the greatest team in the world. And you were meant to be here tonight. This is your time. Their time is done. It's over. I'm sick and tired of hearing about what a great team. Screw them. This is your time. Now go out there and take it.
All we need to win are the fellas in this room right now. And all you fellas need to do is believe it. Believing that things can get better, that I can get better, that we will get better. To believe in yourself, to believe in one another. If each of you can truly do that, can't nobody rip that apart.
Everybody wrote us off. Everybody. And yet here we are, 40,000 people out there have also written us off. And there are a few out there who do still believe in you. If you'll never give up on it. If you go back out on the field, those are the people I want in your minds. Those are the people I want in your hearts. Every man at some point in his life is going to lose a battle. He's going to fight and he's going to lose. But what makes him a man is that in the midst of that battle, he does not lose himself. This game is not over. This battle is not over. So let's hear it one more time. Together, clear eyes, full hearts.
Let's go! And this crowd's back into it now. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Welcome back. I guess I'm the only one who did whippets back in the day. Anyways. Daniel Duarte, the pitcher. Right-hander coming on. He's thrown 10 innings. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch upstairs to Ozzie Albies. It's 0-1. 0-1. Swing. Pops it back foul. 0-2. Open stance from the left side. The pitch on the way. Swing, fouls it back. We'll do it again. The 0-2. Swing, pops it back, fouls. We always, it took me a while to remember what they were actually called because we always called them the want-walls. Because when you would take them, you would get want-walls. It would just black out. You're like, what the hell is that? I'm sure it was perfectly safe. The 0-2. Upstairs, misses high, 1-2. Probably couldn't remember it because something about brain damage. I don't know. Some kind of nonsense. Glacius is warming up in the pen. The 1-2 to Ozzie. Outside wide, 2-2. The 2-2 count. Good to see you, Richard. Yes, sir. We'll be at Braves currently 6-up. We were talking about that earlier. You're just joining us. The 2-2. Swing. Bangs it on the ground. Foul. Back behind the plate. And we'll do it again. Talking about that in the first game, that there will be there's zero excuse for Anthopoulos to not, quote-unquote, go for it. Not saying he's got to bring in Scooble. I know if y'all were with us earlier today, I'm repeating myself. But when you're up 6.5, even if they lose this game 5.5, at that point, there will be 4 games before the before the trade deadline. There's zero excuse to not go for it. But they like to bargain shop, and that's the part that drives you crazy. The 2-2 outside wide, 3-2. I understand not wanting to give up several big prospects to get Scooble for 2 months. But if you're telling me you're getting someone, is it 3-2? Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 down. I would honestly tell you the Braves probably need to get 2 number 2s and not worry about getting that big ace, because they need the depth in the pitching staff. So like a Robbie Ray, and then you get maybe a right-hander to go along with Chris Sale to start your October. Mauricio Dubon, the batter, first pitch, a little bit off the plate, but called for a strike. Will not challenge. It's 0-1. No, Richard, he's got 3 more years after this. The 0-1. Swing. Lifts it back foul. 2. But they're not likely to trade him until the offseason, if that's going to happen. Because the reason is, if you go in the offseason to make an Acuna trade, you get everybody involved. The 0-2 outside wide, 1-2. Everybody can dream about what could be going into your season if you get an Acuna. You go into the trade deadline right now with the guy with that much left on his contract, is the 1-2 below the knees, 2-2. Then you're talking about where he's a good fit and the team is in the playoff hunt. And it just, everybody can have their issues with Acuna, but he's just not a tradable piece. The 2-2 swing, fouls it back. That's video game stuff when people start talking about trading Acuna in the middle of the year. Pitch on the way. That one's fouled back. So a 2-2 count. Outside wide. And it's a full count now to Dubon. 0 for 3 on the day. The payoff pitch. Swing. Lace towards. That's going to get down for a base hit into left field. And it's a 1-out single from Mauricio Dubon. So good at bat there. And he'll reap the awards. And he goes to first with 1 out.
Pardon me, would you have any...
But of course. One of life's finer pleasures.
First pitch on the way as Eli White drags it down the third base line, and that's going to be an infield single. Everybody's safe. Jorge Mateo is running for Dubon, so you've got speed all over the base paths.
Cursed be the ground.
It was just a chopper over the plate.
Thorns and thistles
It
shall
wasn't
bring
a
forth for us.
bunt single, but it basically, that's what it was. So Duarte, first and second, 1 out. You got speed on the base paths with Mateo and Eli. And Austin Riley coming to the plate. Jim Jarvis is in the hole. I mean, I hate to say it, but the conversation can't be pitching around Riley the way he's been batting. If he gets you, he gets you, but he's got a 212 average. First pitch on the way, swing and a miss, it's 0-1. 0 for 2 tonight, 0 for 6 on the day. He has struck out twice tonight, and for the day, he has struck out 5 times. That's well past the golden sombrero. The 0-1, upstairs, it's 0-2. Oh, 2 count. Pitch on the way, down and away. 1-2. They've changed it back on the scorecard. Originally, they said that Mateo had came in to pinch run, but that's not the case. I just saw Dubon's jersey out there, so I don't know what that was about. And they've cleaned it up. The 1-2 outside wide, 2-2. So Dubon still is at second base. Eli at first. The 2-2. Duarte, 23rd pitch of the inning. Swing! Fouls it down the first base side towards the dugout. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Austin Riley, 6 strikeouts today, 3 tonight, 3 this morning. They've got to bench the guy a day. Quit shoving him out there and let him sit and watch the game for a night. It's got to do something better than sending him out there frustrated. Jim Jarvis, the batter. Righty-lefty, first pitch right there at the knees. It's 0-1. You've got Dubon who can play third base tomorrow night. You can put Jarvis at short. You can do a number of things with the outfield. You just give him a night off. The 0-1, down and away, 1. You're always going to see some dope on social media that'll say to DFA him, release him or whatever. But that's not an option when your guy's signed to a $200 million contract. You got to figure out a way to fix them. What they've done so far has not worked. The 1-1 to Jarvis. Duarte brings it. Swing, pop-up into center, and that's going to end the inning. F8 in your scorecard, and we go to the bottom of the ninth. Eyeglasses time here in Braves country.
Nah, but like, how you gonna tell me you not ugly and I'm looking dead at you?
There's a certain smell that your room gets when you open your bedroom window. It doesn't smell, it's like a different smell than just like outside smell. Like it smells like your room mixed with the fresh air, and it smells divine, and I wish I could eat it. What is this called? It's gotta have a name. I love it.
I ain't gonna lie, gas too high to be missing exit. I miss an exit, I'm reversing. I'm backing up.
I'm flipped over in a semi truck.
This is crazy.
Man, he's standing up. Me, I'm still in my seatbelt. You know I'm fired.
It's my first day.
Yeah, this
is my first day.
At least he wasn't driving. I'm the trainer. I don't know why they picked me to be the trainer. It's a bad learning experience, right?
That's crazy. This is my first day with you.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say, man. I'm hanging in the seatbelt.
In the seatbelt.
Yo, my grandmother always trying to freeze some. I'm not eating no ground beef from 2013.
We lost Grandpa just a few months after that 2015 All-Star game, and the Associated Press announced his passing by saying that Yogi Bear had died. I can't tell you how frustrating it is that all that's left for most people is this cartoon image of my grandpa. This is a guy who volunteered to fight in World War II when he already had a Yankee contract in his hands, and then he gets injured on D-Day in Normandy, but declines to file his Purple Heart paperwork because he doesn't want his mom to worry. We all felt that he deserved to be honored, and so we asked the Navy if there was anything we could do to prove that he was injured during the war. And the Department of the Navy tells me to go on social media and find a witness to the event. Now, Grandpa was on a rocket boat in 1944. If anyone on that boat is still alive, they're pushing 100 years old. So I'm pretty sure I'll find them on Instagram, right?
I think very highly of my freaking self, not out of ego, out of growth, because I know what it took for me to become who I am.
One to nothing your score. 1 run, 7 hits, no errors for Atlanta. No runs, 2 hits, no errors for the Mets. Raisel Iglesias comes on, the first pitch on the way. Is at the knees of Francisco Lindor. It's 0-1. Top of the order, do it for the Mets. Lindor, Bichette, and Robert. The 0-1 swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Love to see a clean inning here out of Iglesias. The 0-2 pitch, swing, pop up. And that should get us out number 1. Riley underneath it. He'll make the catch. F5 if you're scoring at home, 1 away. Bo Bichette, the batter, first pitch swinging, chops it down the line, foul. 0-1. The 0-1 pitch, swing lifted. Into left field, coming over. Dubon will make the catch, and it's an F7, 2 away. So the Mets down to their last out. It will be Luis Robert coming to the plate. He's 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts on a line out. First pitch swinging, pop up. Will stay in play. Back behind the plate. Drake gives chase. Just out of reach. About 3 rows back. It's 0-1. Well, the excuses y'all come up for Jane Fonda. The 0-1 count. Swing, pops it back foul. It's 0-2. Remember something else about Jane Fonda? She tried to get rid of your tomahawk chop. The 0-2 pitch, swing lifted, high and deep into left field. Going back near the warning track, making the catch is Dubon, and that'll end the inning. That'll end the game. Braves win. Braves win. Your Atlanta Braves win.
Do you see what you get, loser? Loser! 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 Do you see what you get when you mess with the Warrior?
Whiskey for my men, beer for my horses. Feels good to get off the schneid. 1 run, 7 hits. No errors for your Atlanta Braves. No runs, 2 hits, no errors for New York Mets. Braves will go to 63-45. Mets 46-63. Chris Sale definitely gets the game ball. He goes to 11-6, 6 innings, 2 hits, no runs, 9 bunchies, no walks. Iglesias gets his 21st save of the year, excuse me. Christian Scott, who had a hell of an outing, 6 innings, 7 strikeouts, 1 run, he will get the loss. We head back home, back to God's country, to face the Nationals for a 4-game set tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern. We come on the air. Time for our MVP. Well, we got a 3-way tie on the MVPs. Iron Lung, Scotty B, and Edward Spry all chip in with the 10 spot. Also shout out to, I think it's McCarlton. I feel like I'm butchering that. Or the M. Charlton. It's one of the two. He and Nickel the Pickle chipped in with a couple of bucks, and Charlie put a 5 spot on the board. And a tip of the cap to Uncle Charlie for coming in and talking with us in the 2nd inning. We will see you next time. Same bat time, same bat channel. Come on there about 7 o'clock tomorrow night. Braves win it 1-0 and end the 2-game losing skid. And we're 6.5. 48 is your magic number. Y'all have a good one, Braves country.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
It is the American game. That's just what it is. And actually, I can feel like I'm 15 when I'm talking baseball. I'm watching baseball. This is it. It does this. It can do this to any. It brings you back.
Goodbye, sweetheart, well, it's time to go. We're back tomorrow with another show. Well, unless we're fired, we'll talk to you then. Goodbye, sweetheart, goodbye. Goodbye.
Guys and gals, it's time to go. We'll see you on the next show.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
It's closing time, y'all. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Have a great one. On your way out, please like and subscribe. And don't forget to tip your favorite bartender. We'll see you. I'm Mac McGee, signing off for Braves Country Radio.